So you fall down. Now I see you not too strong. We were younger, we were closer, but we never walk alone. But I know why, but I know fantasy. Hope is not too late. Tears falling from your eyes. No, it's not fake. But I know why, but I know your fantasy. Hope is not too late. But the tears from your eyes, I stand still on your feet. We need to stay. Too strong, too strong. I can feel, I can feel it, 'cause I know you for too long. Your ambition, your ambition, I don't know why things go wrong. Saw you rise up, saw you fall down. Now I see you not too strong. We were younger, we were closer, but we never walk alone. But I know why, but I know fantasy. Hope is not too late. Tears falling from your eyes. No, it's not fake. But I know why, but I know your fantasy. Hope is not too late. But the tears from your eyes, I stand still on your ambition, your ambition. I don't know why things go wrong. Saw you rise up, saw you fall down. Now I see you not too strong. We were younger, we were closer, but we never walk alone. But I know why, but I know fantasy. Hope is not too late. Tears falling from your eyes. No, it's not fake. But I know why, but I know fantasy. Hope is not too late. But the tears from your eyes. I stand still on your feet. We need to stay.
Alright. Wait, Chatterino, you're kind of in the way. I need to move you a little bit there, Chatterino. Yeah, there should be fine. Alright. Yeah, we have a ways to go. Only story 13 out of story 115 was on my other file. A buckler back, using longsword. Having the tower shield just takes too long. Hey there, Record. How you doing? I'll keep on Misty Moon for now. Peachy? I'm alright, all things considered, I guess. Hoping Streamlabs doesn't spaz out and die like it did earlier today, or for Helldivers for some reason. Hey Patch, how you doing? So I've been doing a bunch of hard missions on my own, just to try out weapons and get some blood arts. And watch some videos of blood arts. Not too reason to grind them out now. You do gain more awakening the stronger enemies you fight. Pushing Dam Watch. Ukunavasra. We haven't unlocked support characters yet, though. Blaze and Freeze. Yeah, I don't have a big reason to really want to go out. I think I could go make. Yeah, there's a blaze sword. There is the heat chainsaw. But no, it'll be fine. Only an Ukon Vasra. That's only difficulty 2. Wow, you just keep spamming that. I mean, I guess okay, it's not the worst attack you could do. Get me to do that. Hey, Cactus. 125, wow. I'll come back here. Okay, stamina come back in my body. I thought I could get out in time. Oh, it died. I guess they got the Cocoon Maidens.
さん、ブラッド1に合流を開始しました。見つけた。戦闘行動を開始します。シエルさん、討伐対象の荒神と遭遇。交戦開始しました。よし。
They're kind of indifferent trying to find their way to me for some reason.
ミッション開始より5分が経過。じっくり楽しませてもらうぜ。
I've seen him have an issue trying to find where I am. Remember that mission took that long because it's only just me and Nana for the entire fight. Although talking about maybe like 4 minutes to actually kill the Uka-Vaskra. Isn't too bad for the fact we're basically using all starting equipment still. Did see some videos of all of the high-level blood arts. I forgot the blood arts are pretty strong. Their biggest weakness is they're actually kind of like Patch, was it Generation? No, I think it was which supposed to had the Hunter arts. Because if you think about it, the Hunter arts are basically the blood arts from God Eater 2. In fact, I'm pretty sure they work fundamentally the same. You can only equip one of them, and they level up through doing stuff in battle to unlock stronger versions of those arts. There, we now have Gale Strike and Slaughter here. So I'm only missing Tornado Rush, then Skanda, and Roaring Thunder. Now these unlocked all of the level 1 Longsword Blood Arts.
こんにちは。そういえばねえ、シエルの様子はどう？ブラッドに溶け込めているのかしら。そうなの。シエルはもともと裕福な軍閥の出身でね、両親が亡くなったのをきっかけにラケルに引き取られたの。マグノリアコンパスでシエルはとても過酷で高度な軍事教育を施されていたようね。
What kind of orphanage are you running where you put the kids through military training?
極限状態でのストレステストや少しのミスで懲罰房に入れられたりして、しばらくして彼女と会った時には命令を忠実に実行する猟犬のような、そんな女の子になっていたの。その後年が近いことからジュリウスのボディーガードをずっと任されていたんだけど、守られるの関係だったせいか、二人は友達にはなれなかったみたいね。あら、あなたは気にならないの？マグノリアコンパスであの子と一番話していたのは多分私だから。フライヤに来てからあの子少し肩の力が抜けたみたいね。あなたたちブラッドの雰囲気がそうさせるのかしらね。シエルは人との距離の取り方がとても不器用な子だけど、少しずつ変わろうとしているわ。
Ah, of course it'll be nice
よか
to
ったら
her.
仲良くしてあげてね。話に付き合ってくれてありがとう。またね。
Julius, why you have to be cryptic? Everyone's always gonna be cryptic about things. Don't just be upfront and say exactly what they mean. Yep, fill her up. Wait, hang on. Watch your phrasing on that one, Nana. I still kind of like one thing that the Friar has actually got all these like faceless grunt characters just to fill out the roster. Because the Den always felt, I mean, it was always full of God Eaters, but you saw no other support staff. But the Friar has got all these support personnel around. Yep, I see seal up on the garden. Actually, they actually do have eyes. You just can't see them very well because it's just underneath the visor of the hat. You definitely get a lot more, yeah, like you're already being stuck into a you and one other character mission. Someone actually yesterday was talking about, yeah, God Eater 2 is definitely a harder game inherently than God Eater 1. Like, God Eater 1, besides Resurrection, where you have the Predator styles, wasn't too hard. Maybe mostly hard just because of the kind of clunky controls the original sorta had, but Resurrection kind of tightens it up with the Predator styles. Because think about when I was going through Resurrection. In the normal game, you would have no Predator style, so all you have is the same combat as this game, but no blood arts. God Eater 2 is definitely an inherently harder game, giving you a lot more missions where it's just you and one other character, whereas God Eater 1 only really had that for the Alyssa arc, and it puts you only up against originally like some pretty weak enemies and like one proper fight. After pretty much always making you have a full squad. Alright, we gotta kill a Congo. We'll try a Gale Strike, it's actually kind of a neat one. Blaze Spark. Now, let's see how much of a big difference. I don't think it makes a huge one. All the control unit stuff only works while you're in burst. Yeah. And maintaining burst is harder in this than it is God Eater. Resurrection because of the lack of predator style.
Vital エリア情報オールグリーンサポートは万全です。いつでも始めてください。作戦行動を開始します。もらえろもらいだ荒神が沈黙しました。いい動きです。
Weird having a big oracle bar. Yeah, that's the normal max size I used to having for all resurrection.
鉄棒崩壊を優先に攻略の鍵です。あれ狙い撃つ。ボコってやんよ荒神の討伐を確認しました。いい動きです。もらいだおらぶちまけなぶちまけなすげえぶちまけな結合崩壊確認。戦闘続行しましょう。結合崩壊を確認。出足悪くないですよ。狙い撃つ。よし結合崩壊を確認。敵のオラクル反応未だ安定しています。ブラッド1間もなくバーストが解除されます。死ね荒神捕食のために離脱しました。追い打ちを。ブラッド1間もなくバーストが解除されます。ブラッド1バイタルを確認し対応してください。入りつく感じも嫌いじゃないぜ。いいザマだぜ。結合崩壊を確認。
Not a good blood art against Congo, that's for sure. This
交
one.
戦中の荒神が捕食に向かいました。追い打ちを。ブラッド1バースト時間が終了します。いただきだ。狙い撃つ。命中確認。
That looks cool. Doesn't make any of the side up and real easy, but given Congo's weak spot's not particularly useful.
ブラッド1バースト時間が終了します。悪い見てなかった。もだよ交戦中の荒神が捕食に向かいました。逃げたって無駄だぜ。敵のダウンを確認。捕食します。
Got it.
本作戦は全て終了。お疲れ様でした。任務完了。作戦通りでしたね。食われるのはお前らだったな。こんなんじゃ消化不良起こすぜ。総員祈祷準備はいいですか？
So you don't have the predator styles, but I'd say arguably though, your characters are much stronger in God Eater 2 because of the blood arts though. You know, it really does come down. You need to make sure you pick the right blood arts for what you're fighting. There are some really strong blood arts out there. It's gonna be a long time till we see some of them, but I remember like one for the Buster. What they were using did like 16,000 damage.
副隊長、お忙しい中お呼び立てしてすみません。ですがどうしてもお伝えしたいことがあるんです。ブラッドはみんな正直私が考えていた以上の高い汎用性と戦闘能力を兼ね備えた部隊です。さらに驚いたのは決して戦術理解度が高いわけでもなく、
規律正しく連携しているわけでもない点です。
Hang on a second, let me move my chat window. There we go. That's better. That's a better spot for it.
私の理解をはるかに超えて、ブラッドというチームは高度に有機的に機能している。それはおそらく、副隊長、きっとあなたがみんなをつないでいるからなんです。私は戸惑っています。正直、今まで蓄積してきたものを全て否定されている気分です。あ、誤解しないでください。嫌な気持ちではないんです。それどころか、なんというか。
I think it seems kind of similar to Claire in God Eater 3.
どう説明すればいいのか。少々お待ちください。折り入ってお願いがあります。私と友達になってください。
Friend.
どうでしょう。本当ですか？ありがとうございます。憧れていたんです。仲間とか信頼とか命令じゃない、みんなを思いやる関係性を。もう一つぶしつけなお願いがあるんですけど、あなたを呼ぶとき、君って呼んでいいですか？ありがとう。君が私にとっての
We're her first. We did it, chat.
友達です。本当にありがとう。少しだけみんなと仲良くなる自信がついた気がします。
Well, like the unmanned God Arc Soldier project, not the pilot of what, because of the horrific casualties. Oh, casualties is the wrong word. Apparently the piloted program is having issues with the pilots getting harmed in the process. Just, definitely going to make it not earn favorable points. I mean, that's a good point. Never expect your missions to always go smoothly. I'm sure about the same height as Seal, actually. Supposedly, before God Eater 2 came out, they actually had a lot of the promotional material showcasing the female protagonist. But when the game actually came out, they basically just, like, completely forgot she existed. And just all in with the male protagonist who is in the manga. The canon protagonist is, like, Hiro Kamui? Hiro Kamui, I think, yeah. I forget what the canonical name is for the God Eater 1 protagonist. Okay, help some civilians. Ah, and here mentioned how prepare for anything, right? An unknown enemy. Meaning you won't know exactly what you're gonna fight without looking it up, obviously. But it probably means I don't want to bring this blaze. I don't know what it's actually gonna fight. What actually shows up. Yeah, unconfirmed origami response. So they're always telling you so you know exactly what to prepare for. I'll be right back. I need to use the bathroom real quick. Alright, I'm back now. I think actually in terms of stats though, actually the starting Kurogane stuff is actually pretty high for what it is. You consider our basic Kurogane blade has a base 110 slashing. This upgraded heat chainsaw is only 2 points stronger. Admittedly, it compensates for the double blaze. Yeah, since we don't do a toe 4, we'll just be standard, flexible setup. That was unknown. I think there's just this giant tornado always just going on in the middle here. It's a Boro Boro.
痛かったみてえだな。はっそれよっ。
交戦中の荒神が捕食に向かいました。
逃げたって無駄だぜ。
気合充填。
おらこの口。
荒神の活性化を確認。ブラッド1、バースト時間が終了します。
熱中確認。熱中確認。
敵のダウンを確認。いいペースです。続けてください。
この力で
よっ。
狙い撃つ。熱中確認。ほら噛み
荒神
砕いてやる。
捕食のために離脱しました。
逃げたって無駄だぜ。
That trait by Quick Devour is more like a part of my combo string.
それ。
ミッションの完了を確認し
Eh,
ま
a
した。
little Boro Boro though.
次もこの調子でお願いします。
終わったな。帰ろうぜ。
終わりかよ。あっけねえな。こんなんじゃ消化不良起こすぜ。
手応えが足りないね。
このチームなら本日の戦果は当然かもしれませんね。
次はもう少し難しい任務でもこなせるんじゃないですか。
Too bad we don't even have blood bullets yet. Or pledges. Get to those later. I don't remember when pledges and blood bullets unlock. I don't think we get the pledge mechanic for a little while still though.
私に任せてください。
We got Roaring Thunder. And kinda close to Tornado Rush. Skanda's almost done. Done, almost unlocked. I guess the better word for it.
These 2人、本当に姉妹なのかな。あんま似てないよな。
一括で受けるからこそ利ざやが取れるんだろうが。そんな弱気でどうする。競合なんぞ潰してしまえ。おっと、この話は後にしよう。
There's Dr. Kujo.
ご足労いただき感謝します。グレム局長。
お忙しいところ時間を取らせてしまい申し訳ありません。
挨拶はいい。とっとと理由を聞かせてもらおう。なぜ最前線の極東地域にこのフライヤーを向かわせるのだ。
こちらはフェンリル本部特別顧問であり、このフライヤーを統括するグレム局長です。
相変わらず話を聞かない。少しは君のお姉さんを見習いたまえ。
だけどあまり失礼のないようにね。
極東支部においてブラッドと人気兵の運用実績が欲しいのです。
実績ならこの辺りの荒神だけでも十分だろう。何もあんな荒神の動物園のような場所に行く必要はない。
人気兵の安定した運用を目指すならもっと様々な荒神のデータがないと本部も認めてくれません。
しかしだな。
極東支部には芦原湯野様がいます。本部に対しても発言力のある彼女への助力なら決して無駄な投資にはならないかと。
確かにな。ラゲル、人気兵とブラッド、どちらも本当に損害を出さずに済むんだろうな。
ええ、信頼を裏切ることはありませんわ。
よし、わかった。後で稟議書を提出しておいてくれ。レア君だけ残りたまえ。あとは下がっていいぞ。
では。
Yeah, Kujo looks like he didn't sleep much at all.
おい、お前も下がっていいぞ。
人気兵の無人運用の件は。
あとだ、あと。いいから早く行け。
ありがとうございました。でもあまり私の可愛い妹をいじめないでくださいね。
イラついていたところにお嬢さんのわがままでムキになってしまっただけだ。
ならいいんですけど。また何か不都合なことでも？
ああ、人気兵の人工筋肉に関してうちが一括受注する件、あれについて本部から横やりが入り始めてな。
まだ一括受注にこだわってらっしゃるのですか？お金儲けもほどほどになさっては。
何を言う。多額の投資をするなら確実に回収できる目処を立ててくれ。
I think you're profits, man.
どうやらもう少し綿密な打ち合わせが必要そうですね。
同感だ。
Hey, look, the tongue piercing. They modeled a tongue and everything just for that scene. Fenrir tongue piercing. The red rain. Yeah, don't go out in the red rain, it's bad for you. The mark of true professionals, exactly. You can see some differences in Fenrir compared to how we saw the Den, where the Den was very focused on the survival of humanity. Director Grimm is interested in the profits. Yep, money, money, money. It's about the profits. How much money can he make? Like, if you badmouth him quietly, it'll be fine. Because Dr. Kuja looks like he's slept in a week. So they're gonna ask of us soon. It's our marching orders. Or to go to the Far East branch. Or to go back to home sweet home, at least from our perspective, I guess, as a player. The Beast Gale, Yaksha. Yaksha is basically weak to everything. Yeah, Blaze Free Spark. Let's bring the Blaze Chainsaw back out. Blaze Chainsaw, Heat Chainsaw. Close enough. Let's bring the Chainsaw out. It'll be faster that way.
作戦行動を開始。ゴッドイーター各位の健闘を祈ります。
任務を開始します。
楽しませてくれよ。
荒らされる前はここも賑やかだったんだろうね。
よし。荒神が沈黙しました。
さすがです。
光線外の役者が戦闘音を探知。音の発生ポイントへ移動開始。
ぶちまけな。
荒神の討伐を確認しました。
すごく良かったよ。
交戦中の荒神が捕食に向かいました。
Don't worry, not. I didn't get away. It died horribly. Oh no. That's dead on that.
ブラッド1、間もなくバーストが解除されます。荒神、捕食のために離脱しました。
逃げたって無駄だぜ。
荒神、結合崩壊が発生。
ほんのこ
ブラッド1、バースト時間が終了します。
受け取ってください。
いくよ。
荒神、捕食のために離脱しました。
追い打ちを。それ。
荒神、捕食のために離脱しました。
Come back here, coward.
ブラッド1、バースト時間が終了します。
いただきだ。それ。
Oh, my, he had a bit of health.
本作戦は全て終了。お疲れ様でした。
任務完了。取るに足らない敵でした。
ミッション終わり。
こんなんじゃ消化不良起こすぜ。
物資回収は今のうちに行ってください。
まるでピクニックだな。
次はもう少し難しい任務でもこなせるんじゃないですか。
Also, we don't always start from the same spawn location on every map necessarily. Besides ones that dump you like in the middle of enemies, you can see we started here at point A, usually, but we started actually at point D for this mission. Yeah, just a small difference in Resurrection, where generally your spawn point's always the same no matter the map. Except for a couple story missions that drop you like right in the middle of a bunch of origami.
少々お待ちください。
Hey, Shy Tugru. Wait, I guess what that emote is. Hang on, I gotta tap out to see it. Hey, that's a nice emote. I think the origami in 2 of those are a lot weaker compared to Resurrection. Resurrections, even the early game origamis, felt stronger. But a part of that could just be I've got my practice now. There, we got Skanda. Just missing Tornado Rush to unlock, and I'll at least have every basic level Blooder unlocked for Longsword. The director wants to talk to us again. They're really going to speak to him? He's kind of a jerk. I don't really like him that much. The God Arc soldiers are meant to replace God Eaters. Supposed to be superior to God Eaters, these God Arc soldiers. You can wait a little bit. It's probably involving God Arc soldiers or money, or both. Yeah, the Red Rain is pretty bad from what they say. If you get exposed to the Red Rain, you catch the Black Plague and die. Which, you know, is generally pretty bad. Dying is bad for you. Bordeaux is at 11.
レア博士、人気兵の無人運用のテストにどうして反対なさるのです？
反対ではなく時期尚早と申し上げているだけです。グレム局長もなぜ許可を出したのです？
友人人気兵の運用が非人道的だと本部が難色を示しとるんだ。退役した人気使いの連中もそれに同調しとるようだ。ここである程度の運用実績がないと人気兵計画自体の縮小も免れんのだよ。レア博士には申し訳ないが、ここは私に免じてな。
失礼いたします。
ブラッド隊長、ジュリウス・ビスコンティ、以下2名入ります。
ラケル博士から聞いているとは思うが、人気兵の無人運用テスト及びその護衛をしてほしい。詳しくは九条軍。
はい。ジュリウスさんとシエルさんは確かラケル博士とレア博士のもとで。
ええ、我々は両博士に育てていただきました。ですので人気兵の運用テストで登場したこともあります。
ならば話は早い。要するに人気兵が戦う様子を観察しつつ、万が一の時には守ってほしいのです。なるべく1対1で人気兵と荒神が戦う状況を作りたいので、まずは付近の荒神を一掃していただきます。
梅雨払いの死ということですか？
そういうことだ。今回の主役はあくまでも人気兵だということを肝に銘じておけ。いいな。
了解いたしました。
よし、あとは現場で話を詰めて。俺も忙しいんだな。九条君。
はい。ではジュリウスさん、詳しくはミッションブリーフィングの時に。
承りました。では後ほど。
I play the opening act, so it's pet project. Why does Doctor actually has no idea what is happening? I mean, he's an overworked, overstressed doctor. He's. I look at this is his boss. I mean, would you be able to work well under this guy? He's basically having to handle Grem's soldier project while handling essentially cutting-edge prototype weaponry that no one else has ever made and probably cost millions to develop and build and maintain. Plus unmanned soldiers. Well, in this economy, millions is probably a lot. Yeah, but the on-demand God-Arc Soldier program. Now, there's two versions of it. There's the unmanned one, which Graham and Dr. Cujo are in charge of, and the manned God-Arc Soldier program, which Dr. Leia... Lee's in charge of. Maybe it's Leia. I don't actually know how to say her name. Is it because he's a corrupt evil asshole? That's why we disagree with him. Sure, he's a good guy, yeah. You know, in hindsight, some of the things at God Eater 2 are setting some seeds of things that come up in God Eater 3. Mostly in, like, the idea of... This is thinking ahead in the franchise a bit, but in God Eater 1, you definitely got the idea that each God Eater in the den was treated, respected, and kind of venerated, right? They're heroes. In God Eater 2, at least under Friar, and not being a part of the Far East branch, you get the idea that God Eaters aren't very well respected. Because the God Arc soldiers are meant to replace them. And they view the Gardark soldiers as more valuable than the God Eaters. Some of this is probably because of the fact God Eaters are basically origami human hybrids. So some people probably don't inherently trust them and view them as origami-shaped human monsters. This will definitely come much more God Eater 3, where the God Eaters are treated extremely poorly in God Eater 3. But that's gonna be a ways off to really get to that. Yeah, right here protecting the Gardark soldiers. But not only do we have to protect them, they need to be the stars of the show, so we have to protect them, but without stealing their thunder. I think Chiyo is actually still weak. Blaze. Yeah, keep using this Blaze Sword for now. And a red Nimbus is coming. The red rain lurks. Charge. Yeah, that's actually a nice one for using a Buster Sword because of charged ability speed. I can change off the shotgun. Let's go back to having this the blast cannon. I don't use the gun too much. This is useful for storing Oracle points to use Impulse Edge if I want. Let's see. We're finding a Congo and a Chiyo. Here's Skanda, which does have branches. If we want to get both of these, we have to go through Skanda too. But this is not a good mission. This is not a good origami fight for Skanda. Let's see. It's a Congo and a Chiyo. I mean, Skanda would be okay for the Chiyo because of the legs, actually. Falling Petal be kind of good against Congo, not Chiyo though. We'll try Falling Petal. Show it off a little bit, how different Falling Petal is as a zero stance. Yeah, let's kill this Congo first. Yeah, see, that's what that changes our zero stance into. A slow, but pretty powerful attack, though. As long as you can hit a weak spot with it. Well, the Tommy's right there. Yeah, there's that.
結合崩壊が発生。しぶといな。まだ足りねえか。いいじゃん。ほら。ブラッド1、バイタルを確認し、対応してください。
Yeah, one problem is you can't actually change your orientation once you start charging this up. Okay, I need to heal.
荒神ダウンです。だいぶ弱っています。もう少しです。噛み砕いてやる。
There we go. That's a really big attack, though, actually. I can never see the appeal to that one. Like, as weak as these weapons are, these are low-level origami, seeing a swing hit for like 700 damage is pretty impressive. If obviously the biggest problem is it's a very slow attack. But definitely hits hard. And you see some of the things you can do with the Buster in this one of the Blood Arts. It would be a long time until I could try to unlock it, but there's a Blood Art you could use for the parrying upper, which turns into like a very tiny counter window. But in exchange, if you counter that window, it'll hit for like 16,000 damage or something. Just does a crap ton of damage. Again, this is assuming like weak point hits and pretty strong weapons, obviously, but... Fortunately, the Blood Art we have won't be too useful against Chio. Chio's much more of an aerial Blood Art, at least for a long blade. That's where his weak spots are. And the arms can be hit with this in Pulse Edge. With the zero stance art, but pretty hard. Get the timing down. There we hit the arms. Got him. Definitely actually managed to hit that. Kind of estimated that one.
終わりだろ。帰ろうぜ。
どうした？きつかったか？
期間完了まで気を抜かないようにしてください。ねえねえ、たまにここで
No, don't eat the snow. No, don't eat snow. It's not good for you, don't do that. Double, that's not too bad. Getting closer to Potato Rush.
ブラッドはまだ現場か。
はい。人気兵ベータがまだ戦闘中です。
人気兵ベータ、背部に大きな損傷。フライヤー、判断願います。
背部だと回避制御の調整が甘かったか。いや、空間把握処理の問題か。そう、なんでだ。
人気兵ベータを停止します。荒神を撃退し、人気兵を護衛してください。
待て。帰還の途中で赤い雲を見かけた。
The red rain is coming.
おそらく。
まさか。
Play the deadly premonition music, Cactus. It's the red rain.
こちらギル。
It is the Goddard soldier.
ここからも赤い雲を確認した。
噂には聞いてたけど、初めて見た。
That's just a joke. In deadly premonition, the rain was red. Here comes the red rain.
総員即時撤退だ。一刻を争うぞ。
すでに赤い雨が降り始めました。ここからの移動は困難です。
フラ、輸送部隊の状況は？
周囲に荒神の反応が多数見られます。輸送部隊単体での救出はできませんね。
ブラッド各位、防護服を着用および携行しシエルの救援に急行してくれ。戦闘時に防護服が破損する可能性が高い。なるべく交戦を避けるよう心がけろ。シエルはその場で雨をしのぎつつ救援を待て。
待て、勝手な命令を出すな。
グレム局長、
人気兵が最優先だ。おい、荒神に傷つけられないように守り続けろ。
バカな。赤い雨の中では戦いようがない。
俺がここの最高責任者だ。いいから命令を守れ。人気兵を守れ。
人命軽視も甚だしい。あの雨の恐ろしさはあなたも知っているはずだ。
隊長の命令には従えません。
シエル、
救援は不要です。不十分な装備での救援活動は高確率で赤い雨の二次被害を招きます。よって上官であるグレム局長の命令を優先し、各部隊現場で待機すべきと考えます。更新された任務を遂行します。
シエル、応答しろ。シエル。
無線が切られています。
なかなかよくしつけてあるじゃない。結構。
隊長。
どうしたナナ。
副隊長がね、人気兵に乗って。
We stole the Goddard soldier.
なんだと。
人気兵ガンマ、人気兵ベータに向かって移動しています。
ジュリウス、君の部下の不始末を処理しておくように。君に対する懲罰はその後だ。
了解です。謹んでお受けします。
Is that about why people who start changing into God Eaters are expendable?
副隊長とシエル以外のブラッド各員は至急撤退せよ。あとはあの二人に任せておけ。どうせ息を変え
君の行動は理解に苦しみます。
We got thrown in the brig.
こんな結果になることが分かっていてあんな無茶を。人気兵の登場だって入念な事前検査が必要なんですよ。最悪命を落とすことだってあり得るのに。命令違反だらけですね。君は。隊長の命令には従いません。不十分な装備での救援活動は高確率で赤い雨の二次被害を招きます。命令よりも自分よりも守りたい大事なもの、とっても温かいですね。
Seal learned a blood art. She woke into her blood arts. So we get some mail. Sent us mail while we were at the brig. So check there now. Yeah, Seal has a blood art. She has Silent Lotus now, which I think is one of the short blade ones. I don't know the short blade was top of my head, and I can't check because I haven't unlocked them. I like how most people, even the Friar, don't really like credit the director. Julius not refusing to be paid, begging the director. Yeah, they were going to court-martial us. Because if you could tell, Director Graham's kind of an asshole. He does not value the members of Blood beyond their ability to help him get his Goddard soldier program up and running. Huh, apparently Goddard soldiers could do bad things to your mind. Just our mission's gonna do that urgent mission. Difficulty 2. Let's see. Yeah, the one they have is gleaming, which is actually kind of a weird what? This is a mission where you just have to kill 15 ogre tails. Nothing else about it. Just kill 15 ogre tails. No big origami, it's just a lot of small fry. So go do that one real quick. And now she has the intuit. She can detect origami.
シエルさんから受信した敵電話は皆さんに随時送信されます。いや、とどめ行くよ。いい感じ。荒神が沈黙しました。さすがです。荒神、捕食のために離脱しました。ブラッドワン、間もなくバーストが開始。荒神の討伐を確認しました。いい動きです。荒神の討伐を確認しました。さすがです。荒神の荒神の討伐を確認しました。さすがです。ブラッドワン、間もなくバーストが解除されます。よし。荒神の討伐を確認しました。喜んで良いのでは。
Oh, yeah, he still charges up.
敵がダウンしました。折り返し地点に過ぎた。いいね。荒神の討伐を確認しました。素晴らしい。これを。行くよ。
Actually, charge up a higher level.
捕食のために離脱しました。追い打ちを。
There we go.
ダウンです。幸運でした。荒神の討伐を確認しました。やったね。それ。よ。荒神。いい感じ。よし。荒神が沈黙しました。
いいぞ。
So there's an easy way to tell which origami you've already devoured for materials, though. That's one downside. The seal actually gives us automatic sensitive. You can see the state of origami. They're hostile or not. I mean, it isn't terrible. Very sensitive. Especially given, like, to get sensitive now, normally we would have to have it on a control unit. And it would need to be only while we're in burst. Actually, it's sensitive and HP vision, and all in one, actually. Not too bad.
任務完了。損害は軽微です。
これでこそブラッドだ。
総員、人準備はいいですか？
この余裕、本でも持ってくるべきだった。
Yep. First, the only urgent mission we have available. Skipping frames again? 51% of our last 2 minutes a few seconds ago? What is up with OBS? My stream is having this frame skipping issue. It's something I can tell without looking at these warnings, too. Never had this issue before. Why is it always having this frame skip issue? Okay, we can do the actual story missions. So it's a Vajra. What of a spark shield? There's one there. And in a tower shield form. Yeah, of course the resistor tower. Hyper suburban points. Oh. Wait. Streamlabs made a sound. What is that sound? The stream stop for a second, or is it just beeping to let me know it's skipping frames constantly? Why are you having this frame skip issue, Streamlabs? You've never had this issue. Till recently, why are you having this issue? Hang on. Sorry to be quiet. Let me... How's the encoder overloaded, though? It's never had this issue. I don't have, like... And a new issue just dropped. I'm hyped, yeah. Like, it's not good quality, so it's not using, should be using that much CPU anyway. Just ignore it and hope it's not actually an issue and it's just lying to me for some reason. It sounds like it easily tells a big problem. Oh, there's the Divine. Use the Onco. It's a Vajra. We don't want Roaring Thunder for Vajra. Let's see. The biggest, easiest weak spot's the tail. Wait, Vajra's weak to... Was it actually Divine for a Vajra? Well, Blaze and Freeze as well, I guess, but... Let's go. Let me fix my Chatterino in there. Hang on. There we go. Alright, we got a medical exam on the way up. We'll kill this Vajra. I think in God Eater 1, the Vajra was actually the first, like, major origami in the game made you fight. Because it was kind of the flagship. It's not the real one, but it was the one on the cover.
Naruhodo. すなわちあなたはオーガを待つ種の土であり水であるもの血の導き手は来たれりってことね
We are the guide, apparently. I'm sure that's fine, don't worry about it.
シエルさんの官能能力で得た敵データは常時皆さんに提供されます。荒神ダウンです。大丈夫かよ。フィニッシュだ。荒神ダウンです。だいぶ弱っ。荒神の討伐を確認しました。いい動きです。
Let's take another Cocoon Maiden.
命中確認。命中確認。
Easy tail break of this.
このペースで行きましょう。
Looks like a decent range on it too, actually. Not gonna lose my burst. Oh well. It's a lot harder to keep your burst up at this game. Not the Predator style. That's easy to store kill. Hey, where'd the Vajra go? Lost sight of the Vajra for a second there. Almost dead. But you're flashing red HP, you should be dead by now. There we go.
終わりですね。厳しい任務でした。総員、祈祷準備はいい
Yep,
ですか?
skipping frames again. It was fine for like the first hour or something. Now why is it giving issues? Now it's got like an hour and a half. Now it's starting to act up. Oh, you actually missed the church map is a bit different in God Eater 2. The church is actually connected. You can walk through it instead of it being this wall has been torn down. So you can more easily cross the map.
これで良くなるといいのですが。
Yeah, China Rush is almost activated.
副隊長、シエルを助けに行った件、 あんまり独断で無茶はするな。万が一があった場合、残された奴は一生お前の命を背負い続けるんだ。お前の前向きなところは嫌いじゃない。だが自分だけは大丈夫とは思わない方がいい。説教臭くてすまなかった。じゃあな。
Yep, Streamlabs is... Okay, Streamlabs, I don't know why you're being so garbage suddenly. Like, my CPU usage is only... What even is my CPU usage? It's only... It's like 16, only caps at 50%. You've got plenty of CPU to use. Why are you having an encoding issue? I mean, if it's not causing any actual issues, like I can't tell if it's actually causing issues. It's just that Streamlabs keeps yelling at me that we're skipping frames, and it's like a lot. Like 26 to 50% of all frames are being skipped. But I can't tell if what that actually is doing, or if it really matters. Let's see. It's a 4-year-old thread. Definitely can't be a frame rate issue because this game only goes to 60. Alright, what if I just turn off the preview on my end? Maybe that'll make it stop thinking it's got skipping issues if I just turn off performance mode. So it stops giving me my own preview, even though it's never been an issue before. And let me put Chatterito back up. There we go. Oh, Rachel wants to talk to us. And then Seal wants to talk to us. We're so popular. We got two women who want to talk to us. Look at that. We're on the up. Oh yeah, Cujo not blaming us for anything and just saying stuff like that. Look at him. Although I can see an issue here of performance mode. I can't actually tell if it gets rid of all my previews. I'll never know now if my mic's not working if chat doesn't yell at me about it. Ah, that's performance mode means apparently. But if that's what I have to do to make this thing stop deciding to say it's skipping half of my frames, I guess that's just what I have to do. If somehow Streamlabs decides it wants to skip all my frames. Let's see what the doctor wants of us. Oh, Romeo's here too. Oops. That's our blood power. We have the power to evoke. Our blood power is evoke. We awaken other people's blood arts. Or their blood powers, more specifically, not their blood arts, per se. Just, your blood power and your blood arts kind of come hand in hand. They're a package deal.
ここから先、メンバーの戦闘効率を向上するには、遠距離からの攻撃を重視した方がいいと思うんです。ちなみに、君はバレットエディットを積極的に使用してますか？そうですよね。わかります。
Ladies, that bullet editor is black magic.
バレットエディットはその難解さからか、多くの人気使いが敬遠しがちですが、本当に素晴らしい技術なんです。弾道や挙動の変化は、立ち位置が流動的になりがちな遠距離攻撃において、多くの選択肢を与えてくれますし、
I mean, she's not wrong. There's a lot of crazy stuff you can do with that bullet editor.
性質を変えることで、威力や範囲のコントロール、さらには味方の回復効率の向上まで。あ、すみません。ちょっと熱くなってしまいました。はい。そこでですね。もしお時間があったらでいいんですけど、私が作ったバレットの検証実験に付き合ってもらえないかなと。ありがとうございます。すごく嬉しいです。もし可能であれば、すぐにでも検証実験に行きたいのですが、準備の方、大丈夫でしょうか？よろしくお願いします。
She made a bullet just for us. Bullet hell. The Yaksha is actually optional. Because I'm going to kill it anyway, because why not? Just don't use the Onko for that. We need our heat chainsaw. There we go. Arrow caliber. It's actually pretty fun against Yaksha. An emotional outburst and she awakened, yep. That's one way to look at it.
Action行動を開始。ゴッドイーター各位の健闘を祈ります。
作戦行動を開始します。
始めるぜ。
命中確認。
シエルさんから受信した敵データは皆さんに随時送信されます。光線外の役者が戦闘音を探知。元の発生ポイントへ移動開始。そのまま来たら
Poisoned. Oh well.
敵がダウンしました。
命中確認。
荒神の討伐を確認しました。
いい動きです。
荒神の討伐を確認しました。
いい動きです。
よし。荒神の討伐を確認しました。
喜んで良いのでは？捕食します。人気解放します。任せました。
いいね。荒神結合崩壊が発生。おら行くぞ。荒神の活性化を確認。いいね。荒神結合崩壊が発生。
ここからです。
おら行くぞ。ブラッド1間もなくバーストが解除されます。
命中確認。
You can see there on the map, it tells you primary targets have like that black cross on them. If they're not the primary target, they won't have that black cross.
それおら噛み砕いてやる
荒紙の活性化を確認。
発射おら
The music just suddenly died for some reason.
解放しますそれおらそれ受け取ってくださいいいね
Yeah, we killed the Yaksha.
が沈黙しました。
We didn't need to. All we had to kill was that beetle.
完了。この速さ。
But why not kill it?
終わりかよ
あっけねえな。任務完了。取るに足らない敵でした。
帰ったらすぐ次の任務の受注だな
物資回収は今のうちに行ってください。
毎回この調子でお願いします。
Too bad. We still even have our full kit of abilities we can get in God Eater 2. We only have blood arts. We don't have blood bullets yet. Because there are blood bullets too. I don't think they work by leveling up though. I don't know how blood bullets gimmick is, but
お役に立てると思います。いえ、私の体調は大丈夫ですよ。ただ人気の方が調子が悪いというか、いえ、違いますね。いくつかのバレットが今までと違う挙動になっているんです。
I think we started locking blood bullets.
悪くない方向に。その分発射時の挙動に少し違いが出ているので、反動制御を修正しなければいけないんですが、もし自慢っぽく聞こえたらすみません。違うんです。銃を扱って長いのでつい癖で。はい、そうですね。詳しく調べてみようと思います。今日はありがとうございました。またよろしくお願いしますね。
Got mail. End report. Okay, we don't have blood bullets yet. I think we're on the path to unlocking blood bullets. Sure, Romeo, sure. Oh, Alyssa's from here. Alyssa's here. Yeah, the Scion, which is definitely something only we are kind of qualified to handle on account of the blood arts. Well, blood power. And here's Alyssa. She looks at God Eater 2 as a member of Cradle. Oh wait, I looked at the archive, didn't talk to Alyssa. There we go. Yeah, sure I will, Romeo. Let's see. Yahtzee. Or Yahtzee, as cactus like to call it. It's weak to blaze. Sweet. I got that covered then. Let's see, it's a Chio. Aerial Caliber probably should work pretty decent. Heart of the Sage. Still difficulty 2. We get to bring Alyssa along. Actually, no, but you can't look at her abilities yet. Okay, good. I'm full on healing items. I thought I was, but never hurts to make sure. It is a little annoying, yeah. I mean, it could be worse. But its spawning ads is a little annoying. It's our given right to go 4v1 against them. That's just how it works. If they don't make it 4v1, they wouldn't be origami. Yeah, slow debuff costs pretty bad. Kill the ads. Okay, ads dead. Oh no, this is gonna hurt. Now here comes the Ukras coming. 1 minute. Okay. Ah, that's fair. You have a hammer. Get pretty annoying. Head bond break. That's a lot of Zows. Oh, and the beetle's actually here. Okay, the tread pikes. The Ukra should be here. Yep. More Zows. Oh, they're together. Lose my burst.
周囲のオラクル濃度が上昇集結荒紙が形成されます。仲間を呼んだの。
Like, causal reinforce is cheating, right, Alyssa? Like, that's not illegal. That's not allowed. We get to do the ganging up thing.
荒紙の討伐を確認しました。すごいです。ボコってやんよ。敵のダウンを確認。順調順調。よし。荒紙が沈黙しました。いいね。荒紙の討伐を確認しました。
Oh, he's dead. Oh, we don't have Seal with us, right? I can't see their HP status. I was so used to having Seal for a moment. And I forgot we can't see HP status without her around right now. We don't have the best blood art to deal with the Ukra, but that should be fine. Ukra's not super stuff. Oops, missed. Get over here. Nope, still skipping frames, okay. Show me your tail. There you go. Yeah, give me your tail. Dang it, almost chopped it. Alright, full break. And dead. Not too bad. About 7 minutes. Start collecting Julius. She says they're actually invincible during this moment. If there are any origami left alive, they can't actually hurt you. I just have to, like... I don't know why Streamlabs is doing this. It's been streaming at these settings perfectly fine for, like, years. And now suddenly it's like, no, I can't handle it. Is it because the external hard drive is getting kind of full? But I've had it more full than this before. Okay, since performance mode doesn't matter, let's turn it back on. Because apparently it doesn't matter. I don't know what's wrong with your Streamlabs. You are not using up my CPU. There's plenty of CPU power. You've been streaming like this for years without issue. Why is this suddenly an issue for you? Only a double S. Good amount of drops though. I still don't have Tornado Rush. 8% away. Aerial Caliber is almost halfway to level 3. Where's the store pills I used? It's nice to see Alyssa again, though. See, Alyssa has changed her top since God Eater 1. It's technically covering more, but also not, if you think about it. Actually, if you think about it, given what I was playing Guardian of Resurrection with, it's basically an inverse of what my character was wearing. Because my character was wearing the suit top, which has an exposed V cut, whereas Alyssa's new top is like an exposed A cut. It's like the opposite of what my protagonist character was wearing in the first game. I feel like monitoring the director's email sounds like a very thankless job. Skipping frames, it says. I don't know what's wrong with you, Streamlabs. Other people saying switch to OBS, but do I need to? Do I still need to abandon you, Streamlabs, after years because apparently you've somehow broken? I don't know what's up with you. Well, Alyssa is an adult. Alyssa now is like 19? Because she was 16, I think, in the first game. 16 or 15, so she's either 19 or 18 right now. Something like that. But the Far East just has a reputation as being just a terrible place to be. Which, you know, does track given all the stuff that went on in the first game. We know uniquely how terrible the Far East area is. It's full of so many nasty origami. And like what? 2 world-ending events? Yeah, 2 world-ending events. I just realized this park is an Academy City, the abandoned city. But I ended up thinking, wait, is this what happened to... Does that mean Index is canon? Did the Espers all die? Academy City? Just tons of small fry. Small fry though, we don't want aerial caliber. Let's just go with arc caliber a bit better. Most of these guys are gonna be all weak to blaze, which we're currently using anyway. Actually, I think Alyssa's should be in the people database, right? Yeah, she's 18 now. So she was 15 in the first game. They can detect us from across this gap. Julius, what were you doing there? I saw you spinning around in a circle. What were you doing?
やった。
荒神の討伐を確認しました。
I think I lost a good minute.
標的の撃破を確認しました。早かったですね。迎えの到着に少しかかります。
順当な結果だな。
なかなか楽しめたぜ。
今日はしまいだ。
回収作業というのは
Actually, something back here.
このチームなら本日の戦果は当然かも
They
しれま
block
せ
each
ん
other
ね
to spin around, yeah. I do probably have the AI fix that's installed. That might be part of it. It's messing with their... with it, but... So it's the AI fix is supposed to fix their devouring and stuff. You basically didn't sleep last night? That was me, Patch. As well. Sleep well, Patch. See you tomorrow, I guess.
More 一働きするとしよう。
I do miss Resurrection's faster way to get to the abandoned God Arc area when it just shows them all on a list rather than just one at a time. But that's the problem for, of course, Resurrection coming out after this game, so they sped up that entire process. I know, it was so much faster just getting it all on a list than this one-by-one thing. Especially because the one-by-one's actually kind of slow. I don't think I don't remember if abandoned God Arcs are still a thing in God Eater 3 now. I can't remember. It's been too long since I played 3. I'm really looking forward to playing 3 again, but it's gonna be a while before we get there. Yeah, the Far East branch is definitely built different. Apparently the red rain falls a lot in the Far East. The sorrow of this world, that's quite the wordage. Although again, the Far East has gone through 2 world-ending events. Stinging nettle. Ah, Vajra. Okay, let's go grab that divine sword again. And we don't want our caliber, because Vajra's a bit easier to handle with aerial attacks. Let's keep aerial caliber. The sub-assault one is interesting, but it locking you in place while you spin is a mixed bag. Because you don't have super armor or anything. And you can't move, so... You know, mixed effectiveness of being locked into place. That's something the issue of some of the blood arts. Is that they're not too bad, but they lock you in place. Which could be bad. Yeah, the Bloods have super armor. We're gonna ways off before I get the super armor blood arts. A lot of the blood arts that give you super armor, I think, are all level 4s. So we won't be having super armor blood arts for a while. Just trying to grind them out at difficulty 2 would be a complete waste of your time. Because you gain more awakening once you get the higher levels.
結能崩壊を確認。
さすがです。
ブラッドワンバースト時間が終了します。交戦中の荒神が捕食に向かいました。
追い打ちを。
Vaj is already a half health. It was so much easier to kill Bor Kamlan in this one because of aerial caliber if I use longsword still. So I can just really go to town with that tail. So basically I can hit the tail twice and attack now. Basically doubling my damage output.
結能崩壊を確認。交戦中の荒神が捕食に向かいました。
逃げるか。
It is definitely a shame though not to have our Predator styles. Imagine if you could have Predator style and Blood Arts. Just how absurdly powerful you would be.
荒神の討伐を確認しました。
できるじゃねえか。
Say it this way. Now, what I really want to know is Bandai. Where is my God Eater like 4 or my God Eater 3 like expansion pack on our end? They'd probably do to God Eater 4 though. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get a Blood Arts and Predator style thing for 3.
あっけねえな。任務完了。想定内の結果です。皆さん、警戒は怠らないでください。
終わりだろ。帰ろうぜ。
I mean, Bandai clearly still remembers God Eater exists. Given they've randomly had a collab of Aether Gazer like a year or two ago? So I mean, they clearly remember it exists. Where's my God Eater 4 at? Because I don't think they're giving us a God Eater 3 like expansion. I guess given technically they kind of gave it a sort of expansion with like the post-game, post-DLC stuff, but... I'm gonna start ignoring you, Streamlabs. I might have to flush you though and switch to OBS because somehow you've turned crappy in the last 3 days. Even though you should be better. You've been streaming like this for years without an issue, and suddenly you just don't want to work. You just want to keep skipping frames apparently. It's really aggravating. Here's the Far East, and the Red Rain.
Hi.
赤い雨が続くな。
極東の範囲に入りましたからね。やがて極東支部に到着するのでは。
赤い雨って前の人気兵護衛任務の時に降ってたやつ？あの赤い雨に濡れたらマジやばいんだよね。
なんだっけ、あれでしょ。
黒種病。赤い雨に触れることにより高い確率で発症する病、通称黒種病。現段階において有効な治療法は確立されておらず、発症した場合の致死率は 100% とされています。
濡れなきゃいいだけだよ。
陽気はやだね。食欲なくなっちゃう。
現在フライヤは赤い雨を抜け極東地域を南下中です。繰り返します。現在フライヤは赤い雨を抜け極東地域を南下中です。
ラケル、そろそろ教えてほしいのだけど、極東に来た本当の狙いは何？
グレム局長にお伝えした通り、人気兵とブラッドの運用ですわ、お姉様。
なら良いのだけど、人気兵は私たちの悲願。何があっても認めさせなくては。
ええ、その通りですわ、お姉様。彼らにはしっかり働いてもらいましょう。あら、もう極東支部が見えるようですよ、お姉様。ほら。
Ah, it's the Far East branch.
ブラッド隊長、ジュリウス・ビスコンティ以下隊員各位到着しました。
And it's Paylor.
ようこそ極東支部へ。
And here's the familiar background music of the Den.
私がここの支部長、ペイラー榊だ。
For 3 years, never gave him else to replace him.
エミールが世話になったそうだね。できれば直接会いたいと思っていたんだ。
あれでしょ、マルドゥーク。撃退したのこいつですよ、こいつ。
なるほど、君か。ありがとう。私からも礼を言うよ。
Like, Payne was like, yeah, that sounds more right than Emil doing it.
さて、すぐにでも任務に入ってもらいたいところだけど、まずは改めて極東支部が置かれている状況について説明するよ。今極東支部はいくつかの大きな問題に直面している。一つは黒種病、赤い雨を浴びることによって発症する未知の病だね。そしてもう一つが
官能種ですね。
そう、いわゆる接触禁忌種と呼ばれる新種の荒神だ。
Actually, 2.
君ら
Oh,
ブ
okay.
ラッドは交戦経験があるんだよね。
Technically 3. But we killed 2. We fought 3.
知っての通り、官能種は変色馬、つまり強力な官能派を用いて周囲の荒神を従わせる得意な能力を持っている。
I remember when we were playing Guardian of Resurrection, that was the thing coming up at the end of Resurrection. Bias fields were things the Arius Nova was emitting. So say Resurrection kind of like ties itself in a little bit better to the evolution of the Aragami into forming the Scion class Aragami.
人気もオラクル細胞の塊、要するに荒神の一種だ。普通なら官能種の影響で機能停止してしまうけど、君たちブラッドはその官能派の干渉を押しのけてこれを撃退した。実に素晴らしい。とても心強いよ。さて、赤い雨と官能種、この2つの問題の解決を君たちにも協力してほしいというわけさ。どうだろ
う。ええ、承りました。最善を尽くしましょう。
ありがとう。こちらも惜しみないサポートをしよう。ここを自分たちの家だと思ってくつろいでくれれば幸いだ。さて、話が長くなってしまったね。
博士、歓迎会のスケジュールみんなに聞いてきましたよ。
Hey, it's Kota. Look at him.
あれ、もしかしてブラッドの人たち？
I say he's grown up a bit in 3 years.
ありがとう、コウタ君。そうだよ。彼らがブラッドだ。
極東支部第一部隊隊長、藤木浩太です。これからよろしくね。
Yes, he's actually become captain of the first unit. He's really moved up in the world. He's captain now.
ブラッド隊長、ジュリウス・ビスコンティです。こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
ああ、今は歓迎会の準備してるからさ。その間ゆっくり極東支部を見て回るといいよ。
ねえねえ、コウタさん、歓迎会って私たちの？どんなごちそうが出るんですか？
なあ、いきなりそれかよ。ずうずうしいぞ。お、期待しといていいよ。極東支部の飯はうまいぞ。
本当ですか？
やったー。
Everyone does love food. And now to being on the Friar, we are back in the den. Ah, we're back to a familiar sight. Back to the den. Got some new clothes. The shopkeeper is back. He's selling actually quite a number of the same things he sold at the end of the first game. So saying rare goods. Gin's outfit, Shinpei, Kagura, and Hero suit. I think that's DLC stuff. Also, hey, like it's a meal. And also a character I told you would recognize. Or what you should remember from the first game.
あなたがブラッドの副隊長さん。私はエリナ。エリナ・デア・フォーゲルバイデと言います。
Yep, it's Arena der Vogelwild, Eric's sister, who did say in the first game she was to become a god eater. Lo and behold, she is now a god eater.
私たちは極東支部第一部隊所属のゴッドイーターで。
極東はどうだい？フライヤも優雅だが、ここはここで趣があるだろう。土と油の匂い、それは決して不快ではない。むしろ懸命に生きる人々の活力が伝わってくる。さらにその中で一杯の紅茶を飲む。それら全ての匂いが混ぜ合わさった時に感じるんだ。あ、僕は彼らを守り、また僕も彼らに守られているのだと。
エミール、うるさい。
どうしたエリナよ。新しい極東の仲間同士親睦を深めるべく。
私が話してるんでしょ。
そう、ここにいるのはエリ
ナ。Mia doesn't really listen to people.
我が盟友エリック・ディア・フォーゲルバイデの妹、すなわちこのエミール・フォン・シュトラスブルクの妹と思ってくれればいい。
誰があんたの妹よ。
ああ、いたいた。エミール、エリナ、任務だ。ゲ
ー、
早速揉めてやがる。
Kota, get your unit in order.
ほんとごめん。こいつらはエリナとエミール、第一部隊の隊員だ。エミールの方はもう会ってるんだったよな。
It's kind of hard to forget someone like Emil, to be honest.
二人とも筋は悪くないんだが、ちょっとまあ、ご覧の通りあれでな。
改善すべき点があれば、どんどんご指導願いたい。
ちょっと私をこいつと一緒にしないでくださいよ。
もう分かった分かった。まあこれから仲良くしてやってよ。
もちろんだ。我がライバルよ。ここ極東で競い合い、共にさらなる高みを目指そうではないか。
よろしく。
That means actually, yeah, we can actually here's Kota, who actually does come with a full set of skills. Oracle bullets, healing, cost down during burst, built in. Got medic by default, built in. Rapid fire. Link A target healing crit. Charges by +5. Huh. Of course, we saw Emil earlier, who has already comes with max HP. Well, it's not an innate skill. The innate skill's exaggerated, so he gets knocked back real far when he gets hit. And he has firm stand innately. And also does link 8 up innately. And he has friendly fire control. But he doesn't carry any stun grenades. And we now have Arena, who has automatic healing during burst. It's 1 HP, it's 1 per second, so I mean, it's not a ton, as you may have saw in even Resurrection of automatic recovery. It's pretty minimal HP, but, you know, it's free hit points. Let's see, she's also got AP up as her team skill. She has a transfer ratio up innately. She doesn't carry any stun grenades either because of Recruit. She's still a new God Eater. She does have a Link Burst, but because she's a Recruit, she doesn't actually give you any Link Burst. She doesn't know how to guard. And she doesn't have the innate debuff of she has a slow changing god arc. So kind of like she's very weak at the beginning because of the fact she's a recruit. She is a new god eater. She is using a charge spear though. But they don't have any alternate outfits. I think the people with alternate outfits pretty much are the blood unit. Also, we can see we'll be getting support units. We can see Habari, who has a new look after 3 years. She has pigtails now instead of her... I don't know the phrase of what her old hairstyle was, but she's got like braided pigtails now. No, braided twin tails, that's what I'm looking for. I forget I should go buy equipment from this guy, but he basically only sells rank 1 weapons. The only real reason you come buy stuff from him is if you just don't somehow have the materials to buy rank 1. Yeah, it is nice to see the fact that after 3 years she has actually gone and done the thing she said she would do. She, after all, did say she was going to become a god eater to avenge her brother in the first game. And in the 3-year gap between the first game and the second, she did it. She became a god eater. Oh, there is the Sword Art Online collabs uniforms. I think from Assassination Classroom. Of course, the Kowloon outfit. You might as well just buy these and add them there. They only cost 100 credits. They don't make you pay a lot for collab stuff. Let's go buy the old classic Fenrir. There is an achievement to have like 200 articles of clothing. Look at that. The old Fenrir is the classic basic Fenrir outfit. There's from the Assassination Classroom, Kade Kanio. Where's Shion's outfit from... this is her GGO look. You know, Kowloon, and you have Asana's from Hollow Realization. Which I actually have. I did play once a long time ago, but I never beat it. Yeah, it makes you feel proud to see Arena. See, she actually did do what she said she'd come up to do. Ah, here it was. This is the canonical name of the God Eater 1 protagonist, Yu Kanagi. How you unlock those? I just bought them from the shopkeeper. He just sells them. So yeah, this is the canonical name of the protagonist from the first game, Yu Kanagi. It's canonically a guy, but the database keeps it ambiguous. See, Arena's 14, so she was 11. Yep, the shopkeeper sells them. If you go down here to shopkeeper, buy equipment, tops. They're right here at the bottom. 100 credits each. Actually, you have to go to the buy equipment part of his inventory instead of the buy items or bullets. Shopkeeper just sells them. I mean, to be fair, how often do you ever have to check the equipment category for the shopkeeper, given the only reason to go to him is to buy items? There's almost no reason to ever buy equipment from him because of how easy it is to craft all the rank 1 stuff. You also see the den's a little different. This downstairs area has been expanded on a little bit. Like, in comparison to Monster Hunter, which I think eventually sells... I mean, it never sells too high of equipment, but it does eventually sell, like, rank 1, 2, and maybe 3s after a point. I think God Eater, he only ever sells rank 1, so the only reason you'd buy equipment from him is if you somehow didn't have the materials to make a rank 1, and you didn't feel like spending 2 minutes getting the materials yourself. And yep, here's Lika. Her look has also changed over 3 years. The same about Resu, I don't actually know. I never checked it, actually. I never checked his equipment once. But he might. That actually might be where the collab stuff is from. So they have a nice new little screen here of the area. We have our own section. Yeah.
でも設備がなんかちょっとボロい。いかにも最前線って感じだよな。俺フライヤの方で寝泊まりしようかな。
フライヤは貴族趣味すぎる。普通はこんなもんだ。
普通？それはちょっと聞き捨てならないですね。ここが普通なら、この外の世界は何なんですかね。荒神に怯える人たちを放っておくのが普通なんですかね。
誰だ？あんた。
高峰さつき、フリーのジャーナリストです。あなたたちは本部からの出向ですか。
気分を害したなら謝る。だがジャーナリストって人種は苦手でな。
Don't see that Rezu?
ロミオ、あとは頼んだ。
I'm not sure where Resurrection keeps the collab stuff.
ごめんなさい。
あら、意外と素直。あら、さつき、先に行ったんじゃなかったの？あら、あなたは確かフライヤーにお邪魔した時。
どうもはじめまして。俺ロミオって言います。芦原ゆのさんですよね。いやー、俺すげえファンで、
はいはい。握手会はちゃんとマネージャー通してからにしてくださいね。でいうの、この人たち知り合い？フライヤーですれ違った時、同じぐらいの年だなって気になって。はじめまして、芦原ゆのと申します。
はい、よーく存じ上げております。いや、もうほんとあなたの歌すんごい好きで。はいはい、
そろそろお時間ですよ。こうやって同年代の人とお話しするの久しぶりだね。まあこのところ堅苦しいおじさんおばさんとばっかり話してきたからね。
Everyone likes idols after all.
コウタ君を待たせてるんだった。You know、やっぱり後で呼びに来るから。もしよかったらユノと仲良くしてあげてくださいね。あの子、同じ年頃の友達がほとんどいないから。
The same one.
私の代わりにそのロミオって子を押さえておいてくださいね。
Like, who's really no? Yeah, Romeo is. He's like the Kota, but he's not as endearing as Kota to begin with. But we'll learn more about the members of Blood later on. They've all got their issues. We have a nice room they made for us. Like we have a nice little bed. We have the archives now. We just actually, I forgot that they should tell you tutorials too. Here, you have these little tactical tutorials. These actually videos. Oh, they actually are videos. I've never actually looked at these tutorial videos. Grand Devour. Oh, that's not Grand, Guard Devour. Oh, you can use a counterattack. I've never actually done it, never used it for that, to be honest. Yeah, you only get half the burst gauge when you do a quick Devour. Whereas the proper Devour does like a full bar. I don't actually know much about Rage Burst because my other save file actually is not into Rage Burst. It's only finished God Eater 2. I could tell it's not into Rage Burst yet because we don't have the character for Rage Burst unlocked in her her personal abilities. I really have the Rage Burst movie still. And Yuno has her own room. Her turtle's just normal. See, she's got actually the same look as ours, except she's got her portable dresser and her luggage. The laboratory is about the same. Except there's the nurse here. And also, there's two infirmaries now. Instead of just being one, they actually use the other side now. Of course, the doctor's lab is still there. And we can visit the executive section, which now has a meeting room. The room on the right still not used, and the director's office is still here. Let's see, and there's one last. The Rage Burst arc is so hard, it makes you question decision. I mean, Rage Burst is hard given your characters at God Eater 2 are really powerful. The blood arts you have and the blood bullets. I don't know much about the blood bullets because I never really used them when I first played in God Eater 2, but your blood arts in 2 make you really strong compared to the first game. Like in the first game, your biggest strengths are, of course, the bullet system is still really strong, and the Predator style is very flexible. But, like, the blood arts you have in 2 are really powerful. They're not, like, easy to use, though. Like, you definitely need to learn how to use your blood arts. But the blood arts you use are really strong. Now, here's the new thing. They built a lounge. They made a lounge now over the years, which looks out over at the outer ghetto. Also, there's a capybara here. A survival mission, you're forced to rip a lot of the new character. Nah, the game does love to do that kind of thing to you. Here's a new character of no personal abilities. Now here's your missions you must now do only with them. Here's the capybara. Got a little ribbon on its head. Got a little reading corner, pool table. Dubious rodent. That was a capybara. Everyone loves capybaras. The capybara is a support unit. It won't be one for a while though. I think this is the chef they were talking about. Here is Butsumi. She's the chef. She's manning the bar here. I don't know about the legality of having a small child in charge of all these alcohol bottles, which, now that I look at it, I'm pretty sure these are actual alcohol bottles they've just, like, taken pictures of, then put 2D images into the game. For part of the story. Yeah, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, that's just a Smirnoff over there. That Jack Daniels? I'm pretty sure they just took some pictures of some bottles. Yeah, the capybara is a support unit. I don't remember when the capybara unlocks his support unit. Yeah, it's a shame you can't really just hang out here and just, like, sit. We still have our usual emotes. But we can't really do anything here manually. Like, we can't just sit and just chill in the lounge. I think I told you the mission. Let's see, what does the mission need to so good do? Use the lolly. Now I have access to difficulty 3. Ooh, a Sariel? Okay, fine. Sariel's not as hard anymore because we have blood arts. Now we have the backup units. If I have access to backup units, we're bringing Habari along. Alright, let's see. Sariel. So we went an aerial. Aerial caliber? Yeah, aerial caliber just don't work. I don't think the somersault one is super good against Sariel because she moves around. The somersaulting one is actually pretty cool conceptually. It's just an issue of, again, anything in this game that locks you into place for several seconds is risky to use because of how fast enemies are. Oh, yeah, it's a backup unit, Capybara, yeah. We're not going to unlock him. We're not going to unlock him for a bit. And I can't easily go show you it on my other save file because you can't easily switch. Now, we'll show it off when we get it. It'll be a little bit. Actually, it's a Sariel. I'll bring a long restore. I'm not going to bother getting detoxes still. This is low level. Ooh, wait. Hang on. Divine. I don't remember. I'm just going to use the Kurogane Blade and go all neutral. I can't remember the weakness of the Sar off the top of my head. I have Shion? I don't know. Should all just be here. I don't think it's like a DLC thing or a pre-order bonus or something. Yeah, Gunner 3's burst arts are a lot more customizable. The blood arts are very limited because you only have one. It would be cool if you could have multiple because there are several blood arts that are like, they're good, but they're only good against this one specific kind of reason. And then there are other ones which are much more universally flexible. Now you have a lot that are only good for one specific purpose. Whereas the burst arts in 3, you get multiple, so you have a lot more flexibility in how you want to customize your build. The blood arts are very much a pick it for whatever is the big thing. Yeah, like the airborne blood arts are only good against enemies that spend a lot of time in the air. Hey, that. You need to stop taking pod shots at us. Good. Okay, skirt spot I broken, that'll help.
情け無用。
荒神のダウンを確認しました。
もらったぜ。一撃。捕食せよ。じゃあ
任せました。命中確認。
これを。
命中確認。
荒神活性化します。
Oh, the music stopped working again. The battle music broke out again.
ブラッド1バースト時間残りわずかです。
It might be. There is a. I think one reason for that is there are a number of blood arts that scale their damage based on you using the proper element. So this game definitely more reinforces you bringing the right element for a fight to get a lot of your bonus damage. Especially Rage Burst, which I think reworks some of them to work with that mechanic. Where they only improve the damage if you hit the elemental weakness or the weak spot weakness.
交戦中の荒神が捕食のた
Man,
め
this is true. This is the problem with this being a port rather than obviously designed for PC in the first place, like Resurrection. It's strictly a port. This is, of course, a port of the Vita, so it's
バースト時間残りわずか
a little questionable sometimes in quality.
荒神のダウンを確認しました。
このまま一気に。され。
腹ごしらえだ。
すべての目標を撃破しました。祈祷準備が整うまで
Also, we're gonna hear Habari again. Yeah, having Fran as operator for so long.
順当な結果だな。今日はしまいだ。まるでピクニックだな。
The Garner 2 is not like a perfect port. You do so little damage. That is definitely a danger. I guess if you don't look up guides, that's probably a reason why it's not a bad idea to just invest in a non-elemental weapon, just so you know you'll always deal neutral damage, because... Actually, when I fought Arius Nova, at the end of Resurrection, I brought the wrong element as well. Ended up matching. Definitely made the fight harder than it already was, because it's already a really hard fight.
皆さんお疲れ様です。
Arius Nova took out everyone. That fight went awful. Everyone on the team got down, no endurance, and I was down to 18 endurance or something like that. I had like one more down left, respawn. That was awful. I ended up soloing it. Always use. I mean, it's a big part of this game, just like Monster Hunter. If you bring the right element, you will finish missions much faster. And if you bring the wrong element, you will cry. And if you bring the wrong one, you will suffer. Arrow Caliber's almost to the third stage. Yeah.
極東ってこんなたくさん人がいるんだ。
ですよし、オッケー。はい、皆さんご注目。本日は足元のお悪い中、極東支部にお越しくださいまして誠にありがとうございます。まずはブラッドの皆さん、改めてようこそ極東支部へ。これから一緒に戦う仲間としてジュリウスさん、何か一言ご挨拶いただきたいと思う次第です。
Yeah, true, this Tommy. That's why there's a lot of weapons later on that are half divine and half an element. They're safer, because usually enemies don't resist divine that are also resisting another element. So it gives you a safety net.
極東支部を守り抜いてきた先輩方に恥じぬ。 懸命に任務を務めさせていただきます。ご指導ご鞭達のほど何卒よろしくお願いいたします。
すごい隊長っぽい。コウタ先輩も見習ってほしいな。
エリーうるさいよ。はいジュリウスさんありがとうございました。続きましてユノさんお帰りなさい。どうぞユノさんも何か一言。
え
Putting her on the spot like that, Coda?
ありがとうございます。こんなに歓迎してくれて嬉しいです。すみません。こういう挨拶は慣れてないので、もしよかったら歓迎会のお礼に。
はいごめんねぶっちゃけそれ待ってた。実はすでにマイクは準備してあるんだ。それでは皆様お待ちかね、極東の歌姫芦原ゆのさんのソロコンサートです。張り切ってどうぞ。
Good song.
ありがとうござい
I
ま
don't
した。
remember if they actually made a dub version of it or
ありがとう
not.
ございました。そして皆さんこれから極東支部一丸となって仲良くやっていきましょう。以上歓迎会を終わらせていただきます。ありがとうございました。
Think about how much of the music in God Eater's lyrics are actually in English. I think actually a lot of them actually are. It's probably one of the few that actually has a Japanese version. Yeah, I think we're about to get blood bullets unlocked. I mean, I wouldn't think the Japanese undub unlocks them, but I guess it's not impossible? I don't think so, though, because when I checked my other save files, she also had those costumes, and I never played that with the undub. I played that one in the original version of the game. But I can't think of, I don't think they would have added it to her inventory. I didn't have it in this file. I had to buy them. Although, maybe... Hang on a second. Although, wait, hang on a second. I need to check something on my Steam side here. It's not like there's any DLC for this game either, so I don't know why you wouldn't have them. Because, I mean, the only DLC it mentions is there's a pre-order bonus, actually. Is it because you didn't pre-order the game, maybe? I don't remember this game having a pre-order. It doesn't have a pre-order bonus DLC. Could be because I had the special edition of this game and I ended up buying it as a special edition for pre-order bonus. Yeah, I'm looking at my Steam library. It does say I have a DLC that says pre-order bonus. It's possible I pre-ordered God Eater 2 Rage Burst, and it did mention if you got the special edition, you got Resurrection for free. So that could be why I maybe pre-ordered God Eater Rage Burst. Because I don't think I own a PlayStation copy of... no, I think I only have a Vita or a PSP version of the original game. So I think I must have pre-ordered this. Hang on, you're making me go stand up and take a look at my shelf of games. Those are all those are PC games. This is PS3 games. Armored Core, Atelier Games, Rune Factory, Neptunia, Dinosaurs, Disgaea. Nope. The PSP one's over here, maybe? That's 3DS PSP games here. Yeah, there's P3P, Gaia, Yggdra Union, Knights of the Nightmare, Gungnir, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. Well, that's an old one. Yeah. I think it's somewhere in there, but I think it's behind a bunch of other ones. Yeah, I think maybe that's why I have them, because I did pre-order the game to get it on the PC. I'll actually be games to go look through the shelf right now. It's not the most well-organized shelf. There are a bunch of them buried behind other things, so you can't see them all unless you move things out. Anyway, though, we'll stop there for today. Let's see. So I'll play some more tomorrow. I might end up having to get rid of Streamlabs and switch to normal OBS because for some reason Streamlabs wants to say my videos keep skipping frames after years of never having issues streaming at this exact same everything. It could be also my hard drive. The external hard drive is getting full. I need to go move some months of stuff off this hard drive. It's getting kind of full. I've been recording every single stream I've been doing for like the last 3 years. Each one is like 10 to 20 gigabytes. They add up. Say 4.5 terabyte external hard drive that is full of mostly video recordings. I save them all for the eventuality that I tell myself I will one day learn to do video editing and maybe make highlight reels or something, and then I never do because I don't know how to run a video editor. But I keep doing it anyway because I figure it doesn't hurt to have them. But, anyway, thanks everyone for watching. See, we're making progress to God Eater 2. We still have a long ways to go. We don't have blood bullets yet. We don't have pledges. We're missing a lot of game content still. We don't have all our full power yet. We'll have more to come. We've made it to the Far East Branch. We are back to the den for now. And yeah, we'll play some more tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get this Streamlabs stuff sorted out before then, not forget about it. So, thanks everyone for watching. Hope you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. I want to thank you all for your time. You could hang out anywhere else on the internet, but you hang out here, presumably. But I hope to see you tomorrow. You're all wonderful. Goodbye for now.